Hello everyone, my name is Cyprien. I am in the first year of the master called Engineering for Earth with the specialization in Science and Management of Biotechnologies. So the internship was a part of the end of the second semester of my first year of master, as I said, and I decided to choose Sweden and more specifically KTH because I went on an Erasmus for the first semester and there was a great opportunity there with a big budget and big facilities that made me want to go there. So during the first semester, I went on an Erasmus at the University of KTH in Sweden, and there I studied drug development with the Dr. Veronique Choteau. And then when I thought about the internship, I asked her for an opportunity to work with her in her lab, and she gave it to me, so that's why. So my integration into the lab went pretty well, since they are really welcoming people. I would say that at the same time they have a lot of boundaries that can make difficult to make friends, but at least for the work ethics and the work's capability, they were really well. So the lab I was working on focused on the cells therapies, and for most of them we need plasmid from viral DNA. And the goal of my internship was to develop a process that include the production and the purification of plasmid, of pDNA plasmid, in order to obtain a better yield at the end to decrease the price of those therapies that are currently too expensive. So the skill I had to develop, because they were needed for the internship, was to work with bioreactors. I worked with 4 liters bioreactor to produce the bacteria that were transformed priorly with the plasmid. And then for the purification, I used a lot of chromatographies, anion exchange chromatographies, hydrophobic interaction chromatographies, and also a lot of tangential flow filtration or alkaline lysis. And also, it's not necessarily a skill, but to be able to scale up the production from 1 liter to 4 to 20 and so on. Also, along the process requires a lot of analysis in it, such as the qPCR, electrophoresis, that requires a certain amount of precision, and that was also a skill I had to develop there. One of the biggest differences I can see with the French student and the Swedish student were that they were much older in masters, and when I asked, they told me that after high school, most of the Swedish students prefer to go working and mature in a working environment instead of directly rushing into university, and that was because going after much older, like 24, 25, they were less stressed, they got more money, and they were thinking like they still have 40 years of career anyways after, so it was not such a big deal to take 2 or 3 years to mature correctly before going to a stressful environment such as the university. So if I had one advice for a student that is seeking for an internship abroad, I would say don't think too much about it and just go for it, because even if you don't have a real great English, it will come really soon when you work in a 100% English environment, and it would be really a great opportunity to open your mind and also to make a great network outside of French border.